Okay. Good morning, Katie.
Hi, good morning, Senator. Thanks for a few minutes of your time here. I
Happy to
appreciate
talk to
it.
you.
Want to jump right into it if we could
All
on
right.
the Iran nuclear agreement. Let's talk about why you're opposed to the deal.
I think it's a fatally flawed agreement. I have read over every word. I've talked to experts. I'm on the Senate Intelligence Committee. I've gotten classified information as to where we are. We literally conceded just about every goal we had going into this in order to placate Iran and to, quote, get an agreement. Interestingly enough, and distressingly enough, just last evening we found out that the president claims that he has the votes to filibuster this issue and not even allow Congress to take a vote on this. The Iranian parliament will be voting on their side of the agreement, and the American people's representatives in Congress don't have a vote. So this is a new wrinkle to this, and the president is crowing over, I've got the votes, and therefore why do we even need to go through this? I'm not giving up on this fight. I think it has enormous consequences for the future and needs to be debated so the American people know where their representative and their senator stands, yes or no. We didn't come here. We didn't come here to dodge a vote, and particularly one of this importance.
How should the U.S. be responding to Iran in the meantime?
Well, in the meantime, I think we need to continue to point out that Iran is the world's largest sponsor of terrorism. They are engaged in countries throughout the Middle East in supporting the bad guys. And they've had 37 years under this supreme leadership, this Ayatollah. It continues to chant, even after the agreement, death to America and extinction of Israel. That ought to tell us something about their violation of promises to the UN. And then when you look at the agreement and what we've conceded, they're cheering on the streets of Tehran while we're trying to make a case here on a fatally flawed agreement, in my opinion.
I know the president has said to Republicans, okay, if you don't like this agreement, come to me with an alternative. What do you think is that alternative needed to stop those ambitions?
You can't come to the president with anything that he'll agree with. I've negotiated directly with him on debt deficit. You can even give him what he said he wanted earlier, and he'll say, no, I don't want that anymore. Nevertheless, we have presented all kinds of options. Let's just take inspections. Anytime, anywhere, they promised. And so now we find out in the agreement that it's up to 24 days, so Iran has to scrub the place clean. Then we find out that even no American can be on the inspection team. The United Nations team is barred from investigating the facility that was used for nuclear weapon research. And the Iranians say, no, you can't go in there or any military facilities. We'll let you know whether or not we're okay there. That's the same as saying, the Colts saying to the Patriots saying, no, we'll let Tom Brady decide whether or not the footballs were deflated, and we'll let you know, and you'll just have to accept that. It's ludicrous. That alone should prevent anybody from saying, I like this agreement and I'm going to vote for it.
I know former Senator Richard Lugar has argued that rejecting the deal would undermine the U.S.'s position internationally. How do you feel about his statements?
That position has been undermined by this president already. Can't hardly get much worse. I don't buy that logic at all, and I don't think it applies to this agreement. We conceded just about everything, and I mentioned just the inspections. I can name many, many, many others. But Iran is not a nation you can trust. They are trumpeting their victory over us because the president and his Secretary of State just wanted a deal at any price. Peace at any price does not ultimately lead to peace. It leads to more death, more suffering, more blood, more treasure lost if you don't address something now. We've been through that in the previous century. History shows us, none other than the concession at Munich and before World War II, that simply giving the adversary what they want doesn't change their behavior.
Senator, last question for you on a different topic. Will you endorse Eric Holcomb for the U.S. Senate seat?
I've announced that I'm not going to endorse. I have not made that a final. He served wonderfully for me and for Mitch Daniels for 10 years. I couldn't ask for a better state director. He knows the state almost better than I do. Everywhere I went, people would say, hi, Eric. Hi, Eric. I say, hey, I'm the senator, in jest. So he's going to mount a really aggressive campaign here. But right now we have other people in there that have qualifications to run, and I think it's for the people of Indiana basically to decide who they want their next senator to be.
Senator Coates, we appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.
Okay, take care.